What the duck is up, everyone? Welcome back to another fantastic episode of DuckTakes. I'm Blake. That's Garrett.
All right, now you're just straight up stealing their intro.
And yes, today we'll be talking spoilers, all things spoilers of Fantastic Four First Steps. We do have our spoiler-free review that you can see on our Patreon, as we were able to go to an early screening hosted by IMAX in the Escape Pod podcast, and it was a fantastic time.
It was so fun.
I got to meet a lot of creators that we have been friends with on social media for a long time, but haven't been able to meet in person. Got to meet up with some amazing creators that we have been able to meet up with, and it was just all around a great evening, and it was a great event that they hosted as well.
Yeah. Shout out to Escape Pod.
Yep.
Shout out Andrew, who plays a major role in organizing those events, and I know he eats that shit up, but
he loves it.
He
loves hosting things.
I love seeing him have a good time doing that, honestly. Bro, did you see him when we were all checking in at the front?
Yeah.
Bro had the biggest smile on his face. I was like, you look like a kid in a candy store right now. It's awesome.
So since we did go over our spoiler-free review, I kind of just want to go act by act and really dive into like what we did and didn't like, because I know we did withhold some opinions just so we didn't have to dive into spoilers. But I mean, overall, I feel like this is a good time to be a comic book fan for movies, but at the same time, I'm also not getting that same reception from some people online. Fantastic Four First Steps is definitely being met with more mixed reviews than I anticipated.
What?
Yeah.
That's crazy to me. I don't know how you see this and come out with anything but a positive response.
I saw one review from a friend, 4 out of 10. I saw another review, 2.5 stars out of 5 stars.
What?
Actually quite a few 2.5 stars. I don't know. I mean, based off of the Fantastic Four movies that we've gotten, like overall, as a movie, I do think this is the best Fantastic Four movie that we've gotten.
Dude, this is the best Fantastic Four movie that we've gotten, and arguably one of the best MCU movies that we've ever gotten.
You think so?
I think arguably. I think this is arguably a top 10 movie for sure.
Ooh, that's interesting. I'm gonna go see it again on Sunday, so I'll get like a more sound opinion on it. But I don't think my opinions are gonna change much on it.
I don't think so either. I need to rewatch this, and I want to rewatch Superman again.
Yeah. But I've come to the conclusion that Marvel and DC fans will never be happy at the same time. Like, I don't think we're ever going to have a world where every comic book movie fan is happy.
I mean, no, you're always going to have those people that are going to be upset with something.
Yeah.
But if you can't appreciate this movie and you can't appreciate Superman, that's your problem. Because these are two absolutely amazing comic book movies to come out this year, and I think it speaks to a much brighter future for the MCU and the new DCU.
Yeah, I mean, and not to mention, you had the Thunderbolts that came out earlier, which got a lot of rave reviews. So I think like it's just been a good year in general. Now, it started off pretty bad with Captain America: Brave New World.
Yeah,
but through the last few months, I think it's been a pretty great comic book movie year, and they are going to slow things down and take their time with some projects. I mean, we're not getting our next MCU movie until like next summer.
Yeah. So no, they're definitely slowing the pace, and like now with all their after credit scenes like leading into new movies, it just, I don't know, it just feels like a lot more cohesive. It feels like how cohesive the original MCU was like at its start, because every single after credit scene, it was like leading up like, oh, what's next? Oh, Thor's coming out.
Yeah.
And all that stuff. So yeah, I think they're like getting back to basics and taking the right steps right now.
So by back to basics, is that also meaning like, are they using the same formula that the MCU once have? And do you want to see that same formula used over and over again? Because I do understand like that is a valid complaint. Like maybe you don't want to see the same formula that we've seen for, 40 movies. But I think what Thunderbolts and Fantastic Four first steps took the right steps moving forward is, using a lot of practicality, using the practical sets, and just really not being afraid to like be their own thing. Like I think a really nice thing with Thunderbolts and Fantastic Four First Steps is that they're very distinguishable compared to what we've gotten in the MCU for the last few years.
I mean, with Fantastic Four, it needed to be, especially because it's Earth 828.
Yeah.
So they had to switch it up. Like, and you definitely feel that. You're in like this retro futuristic universe, and I love it. It was giving me Incredibles vibes.
Yeah.
And I love it.
Well, and then, The Incredibles was inspired from Fantastic Four. And then, so I did feel that matchup of that mesh between Incredibles and Interstellar in this movie. And we'll get to that space sequence later, which was absolutely amazing. And and I was seeing some people say like it's a movie that people will skip on their MCU rewatch. And I'm like, I would not skip this on an MCU rewatch.
Bro, I'm loving the vibes. I'm loving the music. I don't know. I love the entire direction that this movie was going. I don't know where people are getting so upset with it. The trailers leading up to this, it was like everybody is so hyped.
Yeah.
Like I know people that are still hyped to go see it, and upon watching it, they were still hyped to go back and see it. I don't know. Like
I think the most valid complaint is that it could be longer and that the third act may have seemed a little rushed. And I'll give you that. I think there's quite a few scenes from the trailers that end up being left out of the movie. So the movie is an hour and 55 minutes long. At first, rumors was that the movie was going to be 2 hours and 10 minutes. Then there was the news that John Malkovich's character was completely cut out of the movie. So granted, yes, I do think it could be longer. I'm never one to complain about a movie being longer because that just adds more substance for a movie. But at the same time, like a lot of people do love the 2005 movie, and that's like an hour and 40 minutes. Rise of the Silver Surfer is an hour 32 minutes.
That's so short.
That is so short. Also, I just rewatched Rise of the Silver Surfer. The nostalgia was not strong enough for me to enjoy that movie. I think I disliked it even more on a rewatch. That my childhood love for it did not. Dude,
see, I don't remember that one so terribly.
Oh my god. Bringing back Dr. Doom in Rise of the Silver Surfer might be one of the most pointless decisions I've ever seen in cinema. Like I don't know. Yeah.
Damn.
I was not a fan of it on rewatch.
That's tough.
Yeah. And also you got Galactus, who's a fucking cloud.
Yeah.
You got a lot of head scratching decisions in that movie.
I feel like they were still in the superhero stage where they were trying to be more realistic, and they were like, how can we depict Galactus?
In that sense, yeah. But I will say though, like the 2005 movie still felt pretty comic booky. And then obviously Fantastic Four felt like the most realism.
Yeah.
Because that was in the era after The Dark Knight where a lot of comic book movies were just trying to be realistic. But the 2005 one did still feel pretty comic booky. Now, what I will say and what I really enjoy, like we were talking about with this Fantastic Four, is the production design and how even like the Baxter building, it wasn't a New York skyscraper.
Yeah.
That
it was very unique.
Yeah.
It felt unique in the sense like how Tony has Stark Tower.
Right.
But this was their version of it.
Right. Yeah.
I will say one thing that was really refreshing to see was how everybody absolutely loved the Fantastic Four. Like everybody in this universe loved the Fantastic Four. Like I feel like with superheroes, everybody's so critical. They're like, trying to hold them responsible for damage to the city. They're like, what gives you the authority? You just have so many people that are like trying to tear down your hero. X-Men deals with that all the time. Avengers dealt with that when we got to Civil War, and it's like, and they're just trying to take the power out of their hands. And I'm like,
they're trying to put power in their hands.
And I'm like, here's people who recognize talent when they fucking see it. It's like, these guys are our saviors. Yeah. Let's praise them for saving our planet, day after day.
And I mean, there's a point in the movie where, the city of New York does turn against them.
Yeah.
But like, it makes sense within the story. It's a valid response.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I kind of like that conflict that they overcome as a family. And that's what I really do like about this movie is that you do feel the chemistry within the Fantastic Four family.
Yes.
It was a lot more buyable. Now, like I said, I really enjoyed the 2005 Fantastic Four. I like that casting a lot of all those actors, but I definitely felt more of the family element in this Fantastic Four.
Yes. Honestly, like, I did love Mr. Fantastic. I thought that was a great casting for that character in the 05, but I never got like a dad vibe from him. Did you? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like Pedro truly felt like the dad of
the
this
group
of this family.
Right.
Yeah. And like Ben Grimm and him, he's like, that's their best friends. Like I never questioned that for a second.
Like he felt like the leader.
Yes.
But he didn't feel like the dad of the family.
Yeah.
In that sense. Yeah. I totally get what you mean. And
I and them starting off with Sunday dinner, that was a perfect way to display like, hey, this isn't just a group of heroes.
Yes.
This is a family that all happen to have superpowers.
Yes. And I like that they highlighted that they're all very intelligent people. And there's a reason why they all went up there in space.
Yeah.
Like it was, you know, in the 05 one, Johnny Storm, they mentioned that he did work for NASA. So, I mean, clearly you can't be dumb and work for NASA. But it was a lot. Johnny Storm's intelligence was highlighted a lot more in this new one.
Yeah.
And
he decoded a whole freaking language.
Yeah. No, he was on some shit in this one.
Yeah. He was like his big brain is worried about enough. He's like, I got this, and bro decodes a whole language off of like, you know, scattered messages and stuff. That was pretty cool.
But let's get to that, what you were talking about though, with the family dinner, the first act. Let's talk about the first act. So it starts off, not an origin story, but it starts off with the Ed Gilbert show, going through basically the story of how the Fantastic Four, this group, got their powers, basically the origin that we already know.
Just
but
giving them their whole, he's giving them a whole intro, like you're Fantastic Four, and giving them a whole, you know, history of what they've done for the world and how they got their powers, which I thought was just a perfect way to, you know, if you're somebody who was not that familiar with their powers and who the Fantastic Four are, I mean, honestly, you have to live under a rock to not really know who they are. But I mean, if you just need like a little bit of a refresher, that was exactly what you needed. And it was a great way to implement the amazing theme that we got for this.
Yeah.
And it was the Fantastic Four, bro. Chills when that curtain went up.
So good. And then, it leads into the family dinner, which, like we were saying, really highlighted the family aspect that this movie showed. And is a huge theme that definitely plays into this entire movie. And even just like those little moments between, you know, Ben Grimm and Sue Storm when she shows up to dinner. Yeah. And they're late. And Ben, like, you just see the camera, there's talking going on off screen, and you just see Ben Grimm's face just like looking at Sue Storm.
He's just doing this.
Yeah.
He's just giving this little smirk.
Yeah, he's just figuring something out.
Oh, yeah. No, and like he saw how weird they were acting, and he was like, and based off of what Johnny said, he was like, you're late. Yeah. And they freaked out when he said, you're late. He's like, why would you freak out by that statement? And he was just giving him that little look, and he's like, you're pregnant, aren't you?
Yeah, no, it was great. Other aspects that I thought were great was just like showing us characteristics of each family member. Like you had, they were showing Mr. Fantastic. He had his Mr. Fantastic TV show. That was fun. And then you had Sue Storm, who was running the what was it called? FF, the
Future Foundation. Dog, come on.
You got
it's on my jacket.
Okay.
You should know the Future Foundation.
I do.
We got Future Foundation Spider-Man. I swear to God, that better happen. That'd be so cool if they gave him a Future Foundation suit.
And then you had, what were they showing for Johnny Storm? Well, really just like him taking away that fire, like absorbing the fire was really cool.
I like that.
And then flying past that Copperstone billboard, the sunscreen billboard. And then the Thing just like walking around New York City. Yeah. His hometown area, you know, doing like the local stuff, going to the local bakery. Picking up that car for the kids, just kind of showing that like human characteristic that can hard to see from the Thing on the outside, but you know on the inside is still Ben Grimm. Yeah. So I really liked just how they introduced all of these characters.
And I like that we were introduced to these characters at a point where they were already well established, They knew what their powers were.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody knew who they were, and mainly this comes into play with Ben Grimm because, you know, as we've seen in the past, you know, when he first gets his powers, obviously he's not that receptive to them because he turned into a giant rock.
Yeah.
Kind of a hard thing to deal with, but you know, at this point, when we get to see him, he's accepted, like, okay, this is my life. This, you know, this rock form, it sucks, especially with like personal connections and stuff like that. Right. But you know, it's given him a purpose, so he's okay with it. So it was just nice to see him at a point where like he's like accepted this.
Yeah.
But
and I mean, he still struggles with it at some point.
Yeah. Like he was, you know, he was talking to that girl. And clearly he was interested, and he's always hesitant just because, you know, he's rock man.
Yeah. Rock man.
I mean, he is.
Yeah. Well, and when he saw that, he was walking by window shopping, whatever, and he saw the TV of him when he was a human, and then the TV shuts off and he sees his face, all rock disfigured.
Yeah.
Do you think he took a backseat in this movie? Because while he was my favorite character, a lot of people are saying that he did have the least amount to do.
I think he did have a little bit of a backseat. Yeah, like it seemed like the leads were definitely
Reed and Sue.
No, well, I was gonna say Johnny. I was gonna say Sue and Johnny. Yeah, because like obviously we're dealing with Sue and her whole pregnancy this entire movie, and it felt like Pedro was more of like a support to Sue.
Okay.
You know, because like he just kept trying to figure stuff out for her because he was trying to help her.
Yeah.
However, he may have taken more of a lead at a certain point because like once the baby was born after that, now he's trying to figure out how to stop Galactus, and a lot of that and all of that just fell on him.
Right.
So, but this is what I've been trying to say, and I keep forgetting. So earlier I said, you know, talking about going back to basics with Marvel movies and stuff like that. However, I don't think this falls back into a formula like you were talking about.
Okay.
I think this one's different in the sense that like it constantly feels hopeless in this movie.
Okay.
Like, I don't know, you know, like how you don't really see a way out the whole time.
Yeah. And
even when you think you have a plan, like even that goes to shit. Like move the planet, that got destroyed. Get him in the hole. That didn't work because he saw that they moved the baby. So he changed directions. You're like, oh shit, like how are we going to get him in this thing?
Even when they first go up to meet Galactus, I think they're going to be able to either defeat him or negotiate.
But they see negotiate was the plan. But I mean, fighting second, but they saw the sheer size of him and they were like, we can't beat this guy. So, it was a very hopeless endeavor, the entire movie.
I don't know. I really enjoyed it. I had a good time with it. I think the music really kept me captivated throughout this movie. Like even the scenes where there was a lot of dialogue, a lot of just like figuring out the plan.
Yeah.
I think the music was able to keep me engaged. And, you know, I bring up Oppenheimer, which I'm not, putting the two on the same level at all. Don't get me wrong. Like Oppenheimer is a lot better edited. I mean, the music is some of the best of all time. Like it's one of the greatest movies. But, what a lot of people didn't like about Oppenheimer was that it was a 3-hour movie just talking about
of dialogue.
I
mean, what did you think it was
gonna
be?
I know.
Like it's a movie about a bomb, but the bomb only explodes once.
Right. But that's what, some people don't go to the movies for. But I absolutely love it. And a huge factor in that was that the music was just like a character in itself and was able to, progress the story just as much as any character in that movie. And I got that like similar feeling to this. Like the music was definitely one of the MVPs. The production design was definitely an MVP. And I mean, so this director was the same director of WandaVision, who had already worked on, period piece set going through each decade in that show when they went through the 50s, the 60s, the 70s. And the set looked great in that movie, in that show. And then the production designer was the same production designer who helped bring the TVA to life in Loki.
Mm-hmm.
So you got a lot of great retro futuristic things working here in this movie from two people who were able to nail that in WandaVision and Loki. Two TV shows that I think are standouts when it comes to the MCU TV shows.
They are. They're arguably the best, honestly.
Yeah, I know, yeah. So,
like, I don't know why. I feel like a lot of people hated WandaVision. Like, WandaVision was met with a lot of mixed reviews. I thought WandaVision was great.
Granted, I think the finale was
could have been better.
Bland.
Yeah.
But overall, like the first half of WandaVision, I adored.
Yeah.
It was great.
No, and I loved being confused and not knowing exactly what was going on. It was cool.
And then you got Loki, which again, I mean, it's really any comic book project, man. Like again, Loki, while overall very positive, I do feel like I've talked to people who are just not high on Loki.
Interesting.
But I think that's the best MCU show we've gotten.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's interesting.
It is interesting.
It's interesting. But come around to the second act. This is, well, I mean, first of all, in the beginning of the second act too, this is when we get the introduction, our intro to Silver Surfer, played by Julia Gardner. And she absolutely killed it.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, the cast as a whole, I was skeptical on the cast as a whole between Pedro Pascal, Joseph Quinn. I mean, even at points like Vanessa Kirby, I think my highest hopes were for Ebon Moss as the Thing, and he ended up being my favorite character. But yeah, and then even Julia Gardner as Silver Surfer, because, well, it's not because she was a female Silver Surfer.
Nothing.
Is because, like, based off of Julia Gardner's past projects and like what I saw in Wolfman, the horror movie earlier this year, I'm like, can she be this like stoic, badass Silver Surfer? And the answer is yes, she can.
And what's crazy too, though, is like had she not been the Silver Surfer, a character where like she like kind of like lacks facial features and stuff like that, I feel like I wouldn't have taken her as seriously. I don't know. I like you
needed that Silver Surfer.
I liked her better as the Silver Surfer than if it was like just her,
like a human form.
Yes.
Yeah. No, she was really good. She was really good. I liked Silver Surfer a lot in this movie.
Yeah, she had some badass action scenes.
Yeah, and her first introduction when she's coming down, and she's just like, I mean, this sound has been going everywhere on TikTok where she's like, I herald you.
Your planet is marked.
Yeah, your planet is marked for death.
Yeah.
I herald his beginning. I herald your end. I herald Galactus. I mean, yeah, she did serve.
It goes hard.
It does.
It goes hard.
And so, they go up to space to negotiate with Galactus. And we got some pretty cool space travel in this movie.
Yeah. Yeah. Hence your Interstellar vibes.
Right. Yeah. Reminded me of Interstellar a lot. I mean, clearly, how many different ways can you do space travel at the end of the day? But even the space scenes, like visuals looked fantastic. Say that again. And then we finally get to Galactus, and
he's terrifying.
Dude, he's fucking huge.
He's terrifying.
Like I remember watching that, and as soon as he popped up on screen, when he stood up and I saw how big he was, my jaw dropped. I was like, "Oh my god,
dude, it's Galactus."
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm shocked he wasn't bigger. Cause like he can be huge.
Right.
I mean, and I've seen, comic images of, him, like he'll grab a planet like it's a pool ball.
Right.
And just eat a planet like that. So I thought it was very interesting how they had like his whole ship that would go in and like destroyed the planet. It like broke it down, and he wasn't like physically eating the planets, but it would get like broken down by the machines and then like fed into those tubes.
Yes.
I thought that was an interesting way to do that, but it was pretty cool.
Well, yeah, because if you do have a Galactus that's eating planets like pool balls,
like what are you gonna do?
Yeah,
about that?
You can't do anything.
No, this is a good way, because this was a good way to do Galactus and like make him a threat you could fight, not something that's completely impossible.
And again, this could be a Galactus that isn't even, as big as he could be.
Yeah. Oh no, he can get bigger.
Yeah.
He can definitely get bigger. That's definitely not the last we've seen of Galactus.
No. And, this scene leads into one of the best sequences I think that we've gotten in an MCU movie.
Trying to escape out of there?
Trying to escape out of there. Galactus wants Sue and Reed's baby, Franklin, as he is the answer to
his hunger.
Yeah, his hunger ending. He can finally rest if he has Franklin.
Because do you know how powerful Franklin is in the
not
comics?
Not to the full extent.
Dog,
so.
he's like almost a god.
Yeah.
Like he's so powerful. Like
what does he do?
Like literally he thinks something, it happens.
What the fuck?
Like he's so fucking powerful.
That's crazy.
So his power comes from the power cosmic. That's why and that's Galactus's power.
Yeah.
So he's just like constantly, that's why he eats planets he eats planets to like constantly feed the power cosmic.
I like how
and that's why he wants Franklin.
I like how soon we were like, oh, he's gonna be a normal kid.
Yeah.
Like, I'm testing all
he
the
did
vitals.
all the tests.
He did all the tests. And ends up being one of the most powerful beings.
Right.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
So yeah, we get to the scene where essentially Galactus puts Sue into labor.
Yeah.
And the baby is coming. They have to escape Galactus on top of Sue having a baby, on top of escaping Silver Surfer.
Yeah.
So they get to their spaceship. And this sequence, through the black hole is just sick. One of the best sequences that the MCU has put out in a minute. And we like Silver Surfer surfing on the lava. Her reaching for Sue's stomach.
Yeah. And her hand went in her stomach for a second. Yeah.
Crazy.
No,
it was a very tense scene.
It was a very cool and like scary display of her powers, honestly.
Yeah, that whole sequence was great. The music was great, kept me on the edge of my seat. And again, all at the same time, visually looked beautiful as well.
Yeah. I will say though, I love how much this movie highlights the brains of Mr. Fantastic. This movie
and some people say it didn't.
How? For one, it's established that he invented light speed space travel.
Yeah.
That's a feat in its own.
Yeah.
Tony hasn't done that in the MCU. So there's one. Two, he is multitasking, trying to help his wife give birth while trying to figure out a way for them to get back home on
limited fuel.
Yeah, to get home on limited fuel while dealing with Silver Surfer still on their ass, and he's like trying to figure out a way to get her trapped in this black hole. And he was able to do that, and she got, according to his calculations, he was like, she'll be stuck for a month.
Yeah. And not to mention he also invented teleporting.
Yeah, that too. That was just like another casual, I just moved this egg over there. And now we're going to use it to save the entire planet.
Yeah.
Like, what? Dog, Reed was so smart in this movie.
Everyone was smart. Even, with Johnny, was it decoding that whole language?
Yeah. What did you think of the rapport between Johnny Storm and Silver Surfer? I liked it. I thought it was interesting. I thought there was a little tension there. I thought it was funny how they were like, "Oh, Johnny loves space. Johnny loves the mysterious space lady."
This was definitely like his womanizer characteristic coming out, because you really don't see it a lot in this movie. Like I think he only interacts women-wise with his sister and Silver Surfer.
Yeah.
So there really isn't that womanizing aspect that we get in the 05 version.
I feel like that would have taken away from like the family vibe that they created.
You don't even get that in the Fantastic Four stick as well.
No, you don't.
Oh, wow. They really moved away from that aspect of Johnny Storm.
Fan Four stick is terrible.
Yeah, it's god awful. It's terrible. Fuck, man. I just watched that for the first time on the plane when we were heading out to California, and I was so proud of myself that I put it off for as long as I did. It's fucking bad, man.
It's bad.
Like, and their suits.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Like what?
The Thing doesn't even have a suit. He's butt ass naked.
He's butt naked.
Rock cock hanging out.
Human Torch, they don't even have a logo.
Yeah, no.
And they tried to do it. Did you see he had like 4 lines on his suit?
Oh my God.
He had 4
they're
lines.
not even the Fantastic Four yet.
No.
Until that line in the end.
Yeah. Stupid.
And like Reed has to have these, things all around his arms so he can control his stretchiness. I'm like, what is going on?
So dumb. It's so dumb.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I want to be Johnny Storm for Halloween this year. I need to get I need to give me a Sim cosplay Johnny Storm suit.
I feel like if you do that though, then we would have to get. I could be Reed Richards.
Mm-hmm. You already got the salt and pepper.
Oh, right. Fucking hell. You know what? That would be a good test. I'll get some like hair dye.
Yeah, see if you can pull it off.
See if I can pull it off. Summer can be Invisible Woman. And then
should we make her pregnant?
Fuck no. Not yet, man. Not yet. Ugh. I'm not ready for that. And then
I meant for the costume, but that's funny.
I wasn't sure if you were like, oh, like, should you really?
No, you jackass.
Oh my God.
That'd be the most dedication to a Halloween costume on the planet.
Who would be the Thing? I feel like we could convince Birdo to be the Thing.
I feel like Birdo would do it.
Yeah.
But it doesn't have to be anything crazy. Just get like the hands and the mask.
It's clobbering time. Yeah, no, they got some good cosplay for it.
Yeah.
And I like the costumes a lot. Like these are definitely by far my favorite Fantastic Four costumes.
They look really good. Again, with the retro vibe. Just the sweaters. Like
it looks so good.
They look so clean.
And we just got a picture of the classic blue and black suits that they'll be wearing in the future.
Yeah.
And those look great as well. The retro costumes in general for superhero movies, I think are great. Because even though I do like the 05 costumes, very sleek, very realistic. They're going for that realistic look again, right?
I will say this lighter blue that they had though. I was loving the lighter blue.
Love the blue. Love all of the blues in this movie. Period. Yeah, the blue and the like burnt orange contrast as well with some of the production design. Yeah, I really like the colors in this movie. Yeah. So after the space sequence, they get back figuring out what to do and how to save their planet. Because like you said, it does seem very hopeless. Yeah. And then
they're just like, how did you defeat Galactus? Yeah. And they didn't know how to answer him. This is the first time they've had to answer the public and be like, we didn't. Yeah. Like, this is too much for us.
Like, are we safe? Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah. And Ben was
crazy.
Ben was like, we didn't, but then Johnny quickly jumped in. Yet we haven't defeated him yet.
Yeah.
But
honestly, I really thought they were going to succeed. I mean, they would have succeeded if it wasn't for Silver Surfer, but I thought they were actually going to move the planet.
That was going to be cool, actually.
Yeah, that would have been crazy.
That would have been cool.
Because I'm also, the whole time, I was low-key also wondering, like, how will this movie end? Will it tie into the end credit scene that we saw in the Thunderbolts? Yeah. So the way this movie ended did not tie into the Thunderbolts end credit scene.
No, it didn't.
Which kind of shocked me. But it's honestly during this whole sequence where they get back home and they're trying to figure out this plan where I'm really enjoying this movie because like nothing's really happening, right? They're just in the Baxter building. Yeah. But like each character is getting a spotlight during this act. And, we have Reed trying to figure out how to save the planet. We have Johnny trying to decode the language that he heard from Shalabal. Shalabal.
Ball. Yeah.
Is that maybe that's why they're playing this?
No, that's definitely not why.
And one of my favorite scenes in this movie is just when Reed is by himself in the room and he's talking to Franklin. And he's just like, if you're a super being, I would really like for you to tell me now before later.
No, that was a great little dad moment.
Yeah, it was a great dad moment.
And it made him, stop being so analytical about everything. And he was just like, you know what? Machine off. He's like, I'll let you tell me.
Yeah. Yeah. That was one of my favorite scenes in the movie.
I like that a lot. It was a good character growth moment.
Yeah, it was. See, yeah, I don't.
I think they had a lot of really great, like just tiny moments in this movie that spoke so much about each person's character. Like it wasn't like one big thing that, caused them to change or whatever. Like it was just like, it was just a bunch of little tiny things.
Yeah.
And I thought they did it very naturally and it worked well. I thought another interesting aspect of this was the conflict that we see between Sue and Reed.
Yeah.
And with their baby and like, considering that option. And it's like obviously he would never do that.
Right.
But
he
him being the person that he is,
Yeah.
that thought definitely crossed his mind.
Because there's a line he said where he's like, it's his job to think of the worst possible outcomes.
Yeah. To stop those outcomes from happening.
Right. Yeah. And I mean, it got to a point where the best option for them was to use Franklin as bait. And you saw Sue come to the conclusion, like, yeah, she knows that was going to be the only option.
And she came to the conclusion too.
Yeah.
But she knew that Reed had already thought of that days ago.
Yeah.
She knew that he had already considered that option. I don't know. It's because that's not an easy thing to discuss or even bring up.
Yeah. And then the next question would be, okay, well, if this is going to be what we're doing, what are we going to do about the people in the city? And so this is when Sue works with Mole Man, played by what's his name? Paul.
I don't know.
Paul Walton Hauser.
So it's something like that. I love that little thing from their intro at the beginning of the movie came back. That was so cool.
Yeah. And I mean, that just reminded me too, as well, from The Incredibles.
Dude,
the Mole Man.
The second I saw that building like go underground and they said Mole Man, I was like, behold the Underminer.
It's so funny how they use the Pan Am building as well. Like, I feel like Pan Am is so synonymous with the 60s retro.
It is.
What happened to Pan Am?
I don't know.
That was like the biggest airline, the most popular airline. Did they get like purchased or?
I don't know what happened to them.
I have to look this up because I need answers for that. What happened to Pan Am Airlines? Pan American World Airways, commonly known as Pan Am, ceased operations in 1991 after declaring bankruptcy.
What?
The airline, once a symbol of luxury air travel, struggled with financial difficulties, increased competition, and aftermath of the Lockerbie bombing. Oh, that probably did them in.
Shit.
Terrorist attack. The bombing of Pan Am Flight 103 over Lockerbie, Scotland in 1988 resulted in significant financial losses, legal battles, and reputational damage.
Oh,
and then 3 years later, they filed bankruptcy.
Dang.
Interesting.
That's crazy how one event like that can just totally screw you over. That's crazy.
Wow. That is really crazy.
They were like the airline.
Yeah. I mean, you saw that in every movie that took place in the 60s was Pan Am. I mean, I'm immediately thinking of
Catch Me If You Can.
Catch Me If You Can. Yeah. And I like their logo too.
Yeah, no, they had a good like scheme about them.
Yeah. That's very interesting. I feel like if they were to, I mean, you can't open back up, I guess, at this point with how many airlines there are.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you're in a world where Spirit is able to financially stay up, Pan Am
probably been okay.
Would probably been fine.
It's dead, man.
I know.
It's dead.
It's not coming back.
No. I feel like you just want it back for the name and the logo.
Yeah, for real. Pan Am's a cool name.
It is a cool name.
And yeah, Sue was, a world leader in this movie as well.
No, I liked that. It was like the Fantastic Four had like a representative in government as well.
Right.
So it's like a lot of it's not like they were just this rogue group of people doing things. It was like, they were also active members in the government.
Yeah.
And, not only were they fighting, people that were threatening the world, but they were also negotiating.
Yeah.
And, with Mole Man, like that wasn't a forever enemy. He was he's like, I don't trust surface dwellers, but he's like, but I trust Sue Storm. I was
Yeah.
like, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, and I mean they give Sue a lot more of a responsibility in this movie compared to the 2005 Sue Storm. Like,
dude, she was just pure sex appeal in the 05
she
version.
was sexualized so much in the 2005 movies. I still love Jessica Alba as Invisible Woman, but Vanessa Kirby's Sue Storm is definitely superior.
Yes.
100%. Oh, and in that, when we were getting that intro and Sue talking at the Future Foundation and everything, and we saw each country.
Yeah.
And they have the camera show Latveria.
Yeah.
With an empty seat.
Uh-huh.
I was like, oh, where's Dr. Doom in this universe?
Uh-huh.
So at this point, it may seem that, you know, this Dr. Doom is already in Latveria, running that country, and probably has already a bunch of animosity towards the Fantastic Four, because that was like the only country that wasn't there at that meeting. But let's get to the final battle against Galactus, where Galactus does make it to Earth. All the citizens are underground from, you know, thanks to Mole Man.
I like that in both Superman and Fantastic Four, they went out of their way to show like the city evacuating and stuff.
The irreparable damage Man of Steel has done from causing mayhem in a city full of civilians.
I mean, yeah, it makes you be like, dog, aren't you supposed to be saving people, not fucking bringing down buildings?
I feel like since Man of Steel, a lot of the comic movies have made it a point to be like, hey, by the way,
everybody's safe. They're
safe.
good.
They're either
so these buildings go down. Don't worry.
Yeah. Oh, Man of Steel. I love Man of Steel, but man, going back and watch them when Superman just like hops
over the gas truck.
Yeah.
And it just goes boom.
I'm like, okay, we could have stopped that, Superman.
He was too focused on aura farming, man.
I'll give you that, Man of Steel haters. But yes, so we get this final battle, and this is definitely probably the most that our characters' powers were displayed. I feel like the powers that were least displayed were probably actually, I think Mr. Fantastic.
Yeah. Honestly, I feel like they made his stretching ability like kind of weak.
Yes.
I was
going to say that.
I was a little annoyed at that. Because like when he started pulling him apart, I was like, dog, you're just going to keep going.
Yeah.
Like, but no, he like pulled him out far enough and he was like struggling. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
I was like, what? You're Mr.
him.
Fantastic, bro.
Yeah.
You turn yourselves into tools in the Lego games. What the fuck?
Yeah, his clothes were ripping.
Already?
He was hurting.
Yeah.
He didn't seem that stretchy.
No.
That's where I just watched Rise of the Silver Surfer again.
He's stretchy.
Dog. He was like going all over the London Eye.
Yes.
Like,
and the Ferris wheel.
Yeah, the Ferris wheel. Just wrapping all sorts of nonsense all over the place.
I was disappointed by his stretchy ability. I was like, what the hell?
Because even when they were showcasing his powers earlier in the movie through that montage, it almost seemed like he was just using, it was almost like a rubber band, just like using it to fling himself from place to place.
Yeah.
Not as stretchy as I thought he would be. Because we also don't really see him use his powers in everyday life like we saw in the 2005 one as well.
Yeah.
You know?
No, I mean, he'd use it to like grab stuff, but that was about it.
That was about it. That was the
What
extent.
was he doing in the, he was like what? Oh yeah, no, he would like be using it to like work on machines and stuff. He'd like stretch to the top of the machine and
He'd
stuff.
be using it to work on machines. He would use it to like shave his face.
Yeah.
He used it when he was dancing.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
in Rise of
yeah.
the Silver Surfer.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, there was quite a bit where we got to actually see him like just use his powers, and yeah, we just didn't get that enough.
No.
In Fantastic Four First Steps.
Interesting.
I know, very interesting. So I was disappointed in that. And again, yeah, I think the only Fantastic Four member where their powers were really displayed in that final battle was Sue Storm. Strong as shit. Which I know Alex.
Yeah,
wasn't
Alex had a problem
fan.
with that. It was like, so we have Pedro. You know what? This was my problem with Pedro Pascal getting casted. He's not Reed Richards to me. He's Pedro Pascal.
Really?
You hear me, right?
Yeah.
I keep calling him Pedro.
Yeah, so where I'm not saying Vanessa Kirby every turn I get.
Yeah,
I'm
you're saying Sue.
Storm. Yeah.
So we have our problem though with Reed not being powerful enough, not having enough stretchiness, and then we have Sue Storm, who was possibly a little overpowered. Or they just made Galactus too weak in that moment.
Yeah,
because I did like his argument. He was like, look, if she gets like one big push on Galactus, sure. Like, you know, that's a much more viable thing. But like, no, she's like pushing him down the street constantly. And like, you know, and Galactus is having to grab onto buildings just to hold himself up. And it was like, that is a extremely strong feat to have to do to Galactus.
Yeah.
So I understand his frustration with that.
And, you know, there's the point that he made where it's like, okay, if you're going to use Franklin I think you brought this up where you're like, if you're going to use Franklin as bait, why are you going to bring him all the way back to the Baxter building?
Yeah, I didn't like that. Yeah. I was like, dude, like, just get him out of there at the last second because their plan would have worked. Their plan would have worked had they not moved the baby. And I get they don't want to risk their child, obviously. Like, I get that.
Right.
But you think it's Galactus. You think he can't fucking recognize a decoy? Come on.
Do you think they should have made him a little smarter?
Who?
Galactus?
I don't know. To be honest, I'm not going to sit here and act like I know, you know, Galactus's character like that through and through. Right. I don't know what his intelligence is like in the comics or anything like that. But yeah, no, he did seem a bit like a big, dumber brute type of person.
So I feel like someone who's been around for billions of years.
However, you could also think of him. You could also think of Galactus as just like this animal that needs to feed, and it's like that obsession with feeding is like his only concern, and it just kind of consumes everything he is.
He's more primitive than anything.
Kind of, yeah. So like, even though he is like a super old being, that doesn't necessarily mean that you have to be smart to be that.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure what Galactus's intelligence is like in the comics, but I mean, I didn't have a problem with how he was portrayed in the movie.
Okay. And again, CGI baby. I guess our technology isn't up to par yet for CGIing babies.
CGI babies is just, never works. The Flash looked terrible. Twilight, it looked terrible. And there were moments in this movie where I was like, I can tell that's CGI baby. Yeah. It wasn't great.
CGI babies just don't work out.
Doesn't work. I mean, they already have a hard time reproducing adult faces, and I feel like a baby just is harder because I don't know.
But other than that, though, I thought the CGI looked great.
Other than that, yeah. No, that was the only moment where I was like, eh.
Yeah.
But everything else looked really freaking good.
And it's interesting because I've seen some people say that the CGI didn't look good to them. So it's interesting. CGI has looked good to some people. It's looked bad to other people.
I feel like people are just hating to try to hate. I don't know. That's what it feels like.
Do you think now we're at a point where just everyone is going to
they're just like
overanalyze an MCU movie?
I mean, it's possible. Yeah, I mean, like they lost faith with their past projects, so it's possible that people just go into this with like a negative attitude. Right. They're just like, oh, I don't like that.
Yeah,
I don't like that.
Because here's what I'll say. I've noticed the people who have given Fantastic Four First Steps a lower score, they went into it with really high expectations.
Okay.
As to where for me, I didn't have huge expectations. Like I've said before, I was skeptical about the cast in general. I was really nervous going into this movie. So like my expectations weren't through the roof. I had very tamed expectations. So when I went and saw this, my expectations were surpassed.
Yeah.
I
mean, what did I say? Earlier I did say, I was like, I went into this and I was hoping to come out of it with saying like, that was a 7 or 8 out of 10.
Yeah.
That was my expectation going into this movie. And it did surpass that.
Yeah. Yeah, I gave it an 8 out of 10. But yeah, so I will agree like with people's complaints about the final act. I can understand that. But the first 2 acts I really enjoyed a lot. I didn't need this to be a huge action-driven movie.
Yeah.
I really do like the family aspect in this movie. The moments where we're just, sitting there listening to their characters interact with each other.
I feel like people, will complain about not having like these organic, natural feeling characters. And it's like, dude, but then they'll also complain about, not having enough action scenes. I'm like, dude, it's the slow scenes, it's the conversations, it's
Mhm.
the personal interactions. That's where you develop this, like these. That's
I mean,
where that's where you develop
a
these
movie is
characters.
made. That's where a
That-
movie's made.
Yeah, and it's like, why do you think? And that's why Avengers was so good when we saw them like all interacting together for
Right.
the first time. Like they had their like chill
Yeah.
moments, and we had a lot of those in Age of Ultron as
Yep.
well.
Yep.
We just like got that, their dynamic with each other, and the only way you're gonna get that is in those
Yeah.
casual scenes with each other.
And I think that's why Thunderbolts worked as well, because you had a lot of those scenes where they're just trying to figure out their dynamic together.
Mm-hmm.
The scenes between Red Guardian and Yelena, like that's why in the end you really felt those personal relationships, because it took their time to grow those in the movie.
Yeah.
All right, but then let's talk about the mid-credit scene.
Yeah.
So, takes place 4 years later after the battle.
Mm-hmm.
We see Franklin has grown up a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
They're in the Baxter building.
Mm-hmm.
Sue is reading Franklin a story. She goes to get another book. She comes back. We hear a little something off screen. Like, what's going on? Then we see side profile, Dr. Doom.
Holding his mask.
Yeah. Now, what Dr. Doom is this? Is this Earth 2/8's Dr. Doom? Is this Robert Downey Jr.'s Dr. Doom from another universe?
I don't see how it's anybody other than RDJ.
Yeah.
Like, it's gotta be.
right.
It's gotta be.
It's gotta be. Now I will say I wish that end credit scene did have like a little more sauce. If you're gonna show Dr. Doom for the first time, I feel like it was done pretty sauceless.
Maybe sauceless.
Like, I don't know, give like an introduction. It was really quick.
Introduction. I don't know. I mean, I thought it was fine. I thought it did exactly what it needed to, and it showed that Dr. Doom also recognizes Franklin's power and is interested in him.
It took him 4 years to recognize it.
How easy is it to detect the power cosmic in a fucking infant, Blake? What is it? Do you think the baby's out here changing reality at his whim, like he has a control over his powers, and Doom notices that?
I mean,
Like,
I'm just thinking, if he gets wind that Sue and Reed are having a baby to begin with, that might
okay.
pique his interest. But
It's
I'm thinking,
also the child of Sue and Reed, who are some of the most powerful people on the planet.
that's what I'm saying.
So yeah, he kept his distance at first.
Maybe.
And also, what's he gonna do with a baby that can't talk?
I don't know.
Like, how's he gonna, like, I'm assuming he's trying to like groom him and like get him on his side or
I
something
don't
like
know.
that. So how are you gonna do that to a baby who doesn't understand what you're saying?
All speculations from here, but this is why I think it could be a possibility that this Dr. Doom might have traveled from another universe if he did sense that cosmic power, just like Galactus did.
I don't know, man.
Dang, wait, so the next movie is Spider-Man, and then after that is Avengers Doomsday.
Yeah.
So we only have one more movie in between Avengers Doomsday. It's pretty crazy.
Doomsday scares me.
It does scare me.
Simply off of the fact, okay, like I know that the Thunderbolts are going to be part of it. I know Fantastic Four is going to be a part of it.
Namor is going to be a part of it.
Yeah, no, like there's going to be good things about Doomsday, but it's going to be a mixture of the average that we've gotten and then, these good movies that we've gotten recently. So it's like, I don't know what Doomsday is going to come out like.
But overall, what was your favorite scene in the movie?
You always ask me that. I never nail it down to
Really?
like a single scene. Yeah.
I mean, I feel like the easy answer would be the space sequence
Yeah.
when Sue's giving birth.
Uh-huh. I did like that scene a lot.
Yeah.
And I like that this movie like displayed like the power of motherhood essentially.
Mm-hmm. But again, I think another one that I really enjoy was that one I was talking about earlier when Reed is just talking to Franklin
Yeah.
by himself.
It's a good one.
It's a good one.
Oh, another good scene I liked was when Johnny was confronting Silver Surfer with like her past
Yeah.
exploits.
Yeah, we got more of a backstory for
Yeah.
Silver Surfer in this one.
I mean, he said what he was about in Rise of the Silver Surfer.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
They like interviewed him. Like when he didn't have his board.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. Yeah, then man, fuck that movie.
And then they tried to like make that connection between Sue and him. And
Yeah.
she was like, "Why'd you protect me? You remind me of my wife." This is stupid.
One thing that I think would have been fun to see. So Pedro Pascal was originally doing a mid-Atlantic accent for like this retro 60s movie, and Marvel told him to tone it down, like just talk more like yourself.
Yeah.
I think if he did that mid-Atlantic accent, that would have really distinguished himself as a Mr. Fantastic, and viewers not seeing him on screen just as Pedro Pascal.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd have to hear it. I'd have to hear
Right.
it to make that judgment myself, but yeah, that might have separated himself from his very well-known Pedro Pascal persona.
Yeah.
So,
because I just watched Vertigo from Alfred Hitchcock the other week, and just hearing that mid-Atlantic accent, I was like, someone should bring that back.
what is it like? I can't
like,
even hear that. I can't put that in my head.
It was kind of like that wise guy, like you want the moon, like that.
Okay, like that 1950s kind of.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he originally was gonna have more. He was gonna have that sort of accent for this character.
Interesting.
It
It is a bit jokey. I'm not sure how seriously it could have been taken, but he probably wouldn't have talked so high pitched though.
Yeah, if you like just a little bit would have gone a long way.
Yeah,
just a little bit. Because like you said, you just see him as Pedro Pascal.
I do just see him as Pedro Pascal.
Okay, well, we'll go through some of the things that we answered on our Patreon episode as well. I did put it out there on TikTok, but when comparing all of the Fantastic Four live action portrayals that we've gotten, and we got shit for this online too.
Yeah.
But as of now, I think me and Garrett both agreed that we did like Mr. Fantastic from 2005 more.
Yeah.
But like you said, that doesn't mean it could change in future. I think we both enjoyed Chris Evans' Human Torch slightly
more.
You said it's like right there.
It's right there.
That Joseph Quinn's Human Torch.
But
could
I'll go Chris Evans. The Thing.
I do
definitely the new Fantastic Four.
I really like Iban, and I do like Michael Chikalik's.
Chikalik's?
Chiklis. I like his thing a lot, especially in the first one.
You like his thing a lot. What?
In the first one, in Rise of the Silver Surfer, they really make him more of a jokester.
Yeah.
But in the first one, you do feel that empathy for him a lot.
Yeah. Like, bro, even with his damn pulling off the brain, that's tragic.
Yes. Yeah. That scene
that's diabolical.
I know. And him trying to pick up the ring and he just can't. I'm like, oh my God, that's a great scene.
Yeah.
I love when he's sitting on that bridge and that guy is on the bridge to commit suicide and he sees the thing and he starts screaming and he's like, you got problems. Look at me. Can't be that bad. Yeah, it's funny as hell.
Shit. All right, but here, actually, I might revise mine. All right, so 05, Chris Evans, Human Torch.
Okay.
The new 2025, The Thing.
Okay.
I'll go Pedro's. I think I'm gonna switch it to Pedro's Mr.
Really?
Fantastic. Yeah. I don't know. I just thought he was a much more well-rounded character, and after talking about like the whole family vibe, him being the dad, and him displaying his smarts,
yeah,
I don't know. I think I like him more.
Okay.
Other than the powers, I
Right.
think he embodied him as a character more.
Okay.
And then the new 2025. Oh wow, dang, that's 3 of them then.
Yeah.
So the only one I'd keep is Chris Evans.
Wow. And a lot of people would go Joseph Quinn.
Yeah.
No, Vanessa Kirby Sue Storm.
So much better.
Yeah, it is better.
Yeah.
And I saw someone in the comments saying how Jessica Alba is a better actress, Sue Storm, than Vanessa Kirby. I'm like, look, I love Jessica Alba, but in no universe is Jessica Alba a better actress than Vanessa Kirby.
No. And also, half the time, she was just turning invisible and getting naked in that movie. So,
you know, it's funny you say that because upon my rewatch, the first time she got naked when they wanted to get past. Remember when
a crowd?
Yeah.
Yeah.
On the bridge.
Yeah.
But then they all miraculously end up. Did she turn everyone else invisible too? No, because they would have had to take their clothes off as well.
Yeah.
But they all end up in the same spot. So why the fuck did she need to get naked to move past the crowd? But in the very next frame, Johnny and Reed were right there with her.
I don't know.
So why did she need to strip down for that?
I don't know.
To move past the crowd?
I don't know.
That makes no sense. I don't know. That's just something I thought about.
They were just looking for an excuse to make her naked. And also, it's clearly, and what I loved is it was clearly shown that Sue can turn other things invisible.
Yeah.
Like she was turning a whole ship invisible.
Yeah.
And in the 05, she wasn't able to turn her clothes invisible with her.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you're right.
It was just her body.
But does it need to be some sort of element to turn? I don't think so.
I don't think so. Unless he made the whole ship out of something that she could manipulate.
Which, I mean, that's possible.
I mean, I guess.
It is possible.
It's not impossible, but yeah, I don't know if it has to be like a certain something. Yeah. But I don't know.
Design for the Fantastic Four car. Fantastic car was great.
Awesome.
Got the Regal popcorn bucket.
Yeah.
Have not gotten the Galactus head popcorn bucket or the Herbie bucket. I would have really liked to get in the Herbie bucket, but this has got to be the most expensive popcorn buckets I've ever been. The Galactus head being $80, Herbie bucket being $75. The Regal Fantastic car was $50.
Yeah.
Like, god damn.
Pretty ridiculous.
This is getting out of hand.
Yeah. And also, yeah, I don't feel like driving 30 minutes to go to AMC just for a popcorn bucket. So, and also, we don't have a subscription there.
But yeah, I think that pretty much covers it. As you can tell, both of us clearly enjoyed this movie. Really hope that, everyone who else has been seeing it has enjoyed it. I know not everyone has been enjoying it as much as us, but I think it's at least a brighter future than what it looked like a year ago for the MCU.
Yeah. No, it definitely is.
Yeah. And on top of that, I think you got a pretty bright future for DC as well. Look, I mean, it's hard to please everybody. Not everyone's going to be happy no matter what. There's always going to be something. And I feel like the comic book movie community can be toxic. Personally, I've just been like, damn, I don't even want to watch social media anymore. Just have my thoughts, post, and that's it.
The general consensus of these two movies that came out recently should be positive. They were both,
I think, overall
amazing adaptations.
Yeah, I think overall they are. And not to mention, like we said, you had Thunderbolts come out a few months before that. And I think you have an exciting lineup for the DCU and MCU taking a step back and slowing down as well. Kevin Feige has even said himself that they are slowing down, the output of these MCU projects to focus more on the quality, because they have admitted that for some years that it was more about quantity.
Yeah, no shit.
Yeah.
Dropping 10 movies in a fucking year.
Not to mention TV shows. It was pretty crazy. Ridiculous. At one point. It was crazy. But yeah, overall, really enjoyed it. I think this is a good kickoff to phase 6. We are officially now in phase 6. I know, right? I do like that this does take place in another universe compared to our main Earth 616 timeline. We will be doing a phase 5 ranking for an episode soon. And I gotta say, Happy Gilmore 2 is probably the worst movie of 2025.
It's fucking bad. It's so bad. I knew that show.
So we both watched it last night.
Yeah, I knew it was going to be terrible.
I'm not going to lie. I had my hopes high.
It was bad.
Don't know why.
It was so
bad. But
bad.
I just rewatched the first Happy Gilmore right before watching Happy Gilmore 2.
So good.
First one is good.
It's so good.
It might be my favorite Adam Sandler comedy movie.
Wow.
What would you have above it?
Maybe Click?
It's a lot more dramatic, but
Happy Gilmore's funnier.
Yeah. Happy Gilmore's definitely funnier.
I mean,
and also,
I love Waterboy.
Yeah. But going back and rewatching that, I'm like, yeah, I think this is my favorite Sandler comedy movie. Carl Weathers is a national treasure.
Yeah.
He's great in that movie as Chubbs.
Yeah.
Ben Stiller's character was great. Dude, I mean, and you get this sports golf movie that ends up giving us one of the best antagonists as well with Shooter McGavin. Shooter McGavin is a great villain.
Yeah, he is.
He's a great villain.
Uh-huh.
And I will say Shooter McGavin was probably my favorite part in Happy Gilmore 2.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Not like I said, not a lot of positives. Not a lot of positives for Happy Gilmore 2, but I did end up enjoying Shooter McGavin.
No, the direction they went in that movie was wild.
I knew I was in for a rough time when they decided to have Happy kill his wife in the first 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Like, what are we doing here?
Yeah.
It was a movie written by AI. Had to be.
Yeah. Oh my God. And then the whole movie, he's like a recovering alcoholic.
Yeah.
And there's this maxi golf that's like snipping tendons in your freaking hips to make you shoot farther. I'm like, what kind of sci-fi bullshit is this in a Happy Gilmore movie?
Not to mention like the golf course, the maxi golf course that they have in the end. I'm like, this is so
It's not even
dumb.
golf.
No. It's like, what are we doing here?
So fucking dumb.
And then
it was like they were on a game show.
Yeah. And then the amount of celebrity cameos that you have.
Oh my God. Eminem, that one threw me for a loop. I was like, I saw that was Eminem. I was like, dude. And if they couldn't get the actor to come back to replay their role, it was their son or some bullshit. It was like just cameo after cameo, callback after callback, showing flashbacks every 2 seconds of the original movie. I was like, we know what the fuck happened.
If you need to show a flashback for every single
reference,
character or reference,
yes,
you should be making a sequel.
No, we get it. It came out 30 years ago.
Yeah.
But Jesus Christ.
If the fans want to, then they can go back and rewatch the original.
There was no demand for this movie.
Like, I feel like it's pretty unfortunate to say, but it's very possible Adam Sandler has had one of the biggest downfalls in Hollywood.
I mean, he drops like some
what does he drop?
Okay stuff. Like
his dramatic stuff, sure.
Yeah. But I mean, I don't know, what was it? The mystery movie, the murder mystery, that wasn't terrible. It wasn't good, but it wasn't terrible.
I feel like at this point in Adam Sandler's career, if he just were to do dramas, I'd be
Stick
fine.
to that.
I'd be fine with that. Cause like I feel like with comedy in general, right? It's really hard to adapt from where you started 30 years ago.
Yeah.
Like that type of humor isn't going to be as appealing 30 years later.
Yeah. And also, oh my God. And I hated how they tried to address that, where he was like, let's make my happy place more age appropriate. And I was like, what the fuck? It was so dumb. And he's like, it was like low cholesterol.
Yeah.
Medium sized pants. I don't know what else. It was just so fucking stupid.
No, because what was great about the original too is that it actually has a good story.
Yeah.
And like a story that you can
he's trying to win
with.
it. Yeah, he's trying to get his grandma's house back.
Yeah.
And it's like, why is he doing the same thing again? I would have liked if they just like kept him successful and there was like, say there was like a new up and coming golfer or something like that. It was just like some kind of competitive sports movie with some funny moments thrown in there. But with some of the same characters.
And the reason he's trying to win this money is to put his daughter through an expensive dance school in Paris.
What?
I couldn't care less.
No, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
And it's like, it literally, and I was watching everything. I was like, bro, this movie was literally just an excuse to pay all your family members and friends, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was his daughter. Like his daughter played his daughter.
And his other daughter was in his AA meetings.
Yeah. I mean, and then his wife was the dance teacher.
Yes.
So
she's always
a smaller character.
Yeah.
No, it's fucking bad. Like, I hate to say it, but it's fucking bad. Like I put it.
And they were having every podcast and talk show that I was like, we get it. This takes place in 2025.
Like, yeah, why are we putting podcasts as cameos in this movie?
Dumbest shit ever. It was so bad. It was.
I don't know. Had to be written by AI.
Like, literally, if you watch that movie in 5 years, people are going to be like, what is this?
Yeah.
They're not even going to get the references.
It is not a timeless movie at all.
No.
First one's timeless.
Yeah. They're going to be, everything's going to be gone.
Yeah. It's unbearable. I'd put it, I think Madam Web is a better movie.
Might not be right. I mean, it's a half-star movie if I've ever seen one. Like, it's a half-star movie. It's bad.
But I mean, think about like Adam Sandler's run and where he's been since then. Like, right, you had Billy Madison, Happy Gilmore, The Water Boy, Big Daddy, Wedding Singer, like Punch Drunk Love.
Dude, I know he has a very successful
50
comedy
First
career.
Dates.
Yeah,
Click, and then
Blended.
that's in the 2010s. But before that, you have like Grown Ups.
Yeah.
You had Anger Management with Jack Nicholson.
Yeah.
I don't know, just like everything was, on a roll for Adam Sandler. And then you get, honestly, I think it's Netflix that has really caused Adam Sandler's downfall in his career.
Do you think it's just like they're like forcing him to make movies and so he's just pumping out shit?
Absolutely. I mean, they had him sign like a 6-movie contract at one point, and that's when he was putting out the what's that Western one?
Oh, the Ridiculous
Six.
And there was also that movie with David Spade where like they escape together, like he fakes their deaths. And you ever seen
that's
that?
right.
Yeah.
I didn't even watch that. Like Tubi Halloween.
Yeah.
So, and all these movies are just being put out on streaming. Like Adam Sandler was a box office hit.
Yeah.
Every comedy movie he put out in the 90s and 2000s was very profitable.
Yeah.
I'm gonna blame Netflix for the downfall of his career.
Probably who we should blame. Yeah,
it's pretty bad. All right, so that's my worst movie of 2025. Fantastic Four first steps though. However,
best movie of 2025. No,
all right, let's relax.
I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
It's still Sinners, and I don't know if that's gonna be.
It might not be.
It might not change.
No,
it might not change.
But Fantastic Four, very good.
Very good. Thank you again for listening to this episode. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you made it this far, don't forget to check out our Patreon. We do have a episode coming out with Alex Hat Guy on the Patreon this upcoming week. A great lore episode. You're going to get a lot of good lore.
There's a lot of lore.
There's a lot of lore actually of Hat Guy and me and Garrett. So be sure to check that out when it drops. And wow, we're coming to like an end of this summer blockbuster.
Yeah.
Summer. This has been a busy summer and we're coming to an end of it.
Dude, I remember when we were at the beginning and I was just like, it was like every week. It was like
week.
Bam, 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 bam.
Crazy. And it's coming to an end. However, I'm excited for a little bit of a nice break. We got spooky season coming up. Best believe. Like I always go hard with spooky season. We're starting early as always in August. Garrett wants me to pump the brakes.
Dog. August.
Okay, I'll ease into it. We got Halloween Horror Nights coming up, so be on the lookout for those vlogs. Really excited for just Halloween Horror Nights content and spooky season content coming for y'all very shortly. Emphasis on very shortly.
Dog. Let's go early September, like beginning of September.
Let's go late August. Let's go late August.
Blake. You always want to talk about spooky stuff even after Halloween. So that's September,
that's true.
October, and like going into November. That's like 2.5 months out of a 12-month year. I think that's enough spooky for you.
Maybe.
All right.
All right.
September.
Late August, maybe.
Oh my God.
All right. We'll see you soon for spooky season.
All right. See you guys.